How you guys doing, man? We live in that age. But wait a minute, I didn't even introduce myself. I didn't say the bearded one here. Yeah, that's me. But anyway, let's talk about it. Look, guys, success and things working the way they work. We live in a time where everybody's under the impression things take 3 minutes. Insta success is an insta this, insta that. You just do something for 3 minutes and you make $10 billion. That's the idea right now that is being promoted and touted. You go play basketball for 3 months and you become the best basketball player that's ever played. You go and write your first novel and you've got the best novel ever. What nobody is, well, some people do talk about it, but what the majority of people are under the impression of, especially in today's world, because today's world has confused the speed at which things can happen for the speed of which things take to happen, right? So for instance, we are under the impression that you just do something for 3 minutes and you become an Instagram superstar, right? We don't say that, we don't realize that for some of these people, maybe it's the fourth time they've put up an Instagram account. Maybe it's the fifth time they've started a video on Instagram. All the other times they didn't get no likes, they didn't get no views, and they deleted it and started all over again. This may be the seventh time they've been on YouTube because they've tried it before and it didn't work out. This may be the eighth time they've tried to start a business and then eventually they succeeded. This may be 10 years further down the line of them having started trying to make a fashion label, a clothing label, or to be a lawyer, an accountant. This is 7 years after going to law school that they finally get the success that they're looking for. And that's something you need to understand, because right now people get you all sorts of off what you say, they get you off center, because you go on Instagram and every girl is a model. All the dudes be making money or they got muscles. Everybody seems to be popping off except for you, and you start feeling a little insecure, a little bit like, I ain't performing, man. I ain't doing nothing in my life, man. I've been on this law degree for like 5 years, or I've been trying to be a doctor, or man, or I'm still trying to get my book to become a bestseller. What am I going to do about that? And that's what you'll end up freaking out. I'm panicking about, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Everybody seems to be succeeding. Everybody seems to be zooming on by. I'm trying to drive down a highway, but everybody else is zooming by like, zoom, and I'm still here in my Uber, man. I ain't even on Uber Black, man. I'm on Uber Basic even, man. Uber Bicycle, right? You freaking out. You freaking out because all this stuff is happening. People are succeeding, and every day there's more people making millions, more people looking great, and you're like, my God, it means I ain't going nowhere. No, that's not what it means. What you got to understand is that outcomes typically are the end of a process. So for instance, if somebody wins the championship, or somebody gets married, or somebody makes $10 billion in a deal, chances are there's been years, and years, 365 days, the planet goes around the sun kind of thing. Those kind of years between starting and getting where you're going. Sometimes you get this feeling that, man, time is just flying by and I'm still a snail and everybody's running around like a rabbit. Man, when am I going to succeed? When am I going to win? And so you change your plan because you're freaking out that you ain't going to get there. So you start doing all these other things instead of sticking to the plan because, man, everybody else seems to be making that money, succeeding and getting somewhere, and I'm still standing here. Or I've been putting in all these hours, taking all these tons of shots on the court, and I still ain't winning. Damn it, man. Something got to be wrong, right? When the actual reality is you need 10,000 hours. I mean, it's a theory that some people have that if you put in 10,000 hours in practice in any topic, whether it's playing music instruments, doing YouTube videos, driving, sewing clothes, designing, whatever, that's when you achieve flow, the point at which you're so good at it, it just seems to be natural. It's no longer that awkwardness of first trying to make that shot, or first trying to run that 100 meters, or first trying to run a 10-kilometer or a 10-mile marathon, the first attempt at speaking on stage. You've gone through that awkwardness and figured out the moves of how you win and how you move with fluidity. It takes time. It doesn't get done in 3 minutes. It doesn't get done in 5 minutes. It gets done in 10,000 hours. And that's important because whatever plan you've got, whatever game plan you're working on, don't expect instant success. Don't expect that things are going to pop off tomorrow morning and everybody going to be like, oh, yeah, you're the man. No, look at Eminem. Look at 50 Cent. Look at even Ben Affleck. Look at Richard Branson. Look at even Donald Trump. Look at all these guys. And what you're going to see is that success was a process that took a very long time. And you have to stick to it. You have to believe that, look, man, 7 months in, still trying to make this thing that I'm trying to do work, does not mean it's never going to work. It just means it's taking the time it's supposed to take. You get it? Like if you throw a seed in the ground, it don't just magically appear 3 minutes later, a plant, or 2 days later. It takes a season of nothing happening before you start seeing it come through the ground, and then see it turn into a plant, and then grows into a bigger plant that actually bears fruit. And that's the same process. You may be practicing your shot for 6 months, and you're like, man, ain't nothing happening, ain't nothing happening. And then in month 7, the shot starts connecting. Then it connects all the time. Month 8, you killing it, man. That shot is just impeccable. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You start out, first of all, trying to speak on stage, year 1, man, it ain't doing too well. Or you trying to be a comedian, year 1, people ain't laughing, bro. They look at you like, man, dude, you ought to go try to do something else with your life, man. This ain't for you, player. This ain't for you. But you stick to it. And eventually, year 2, you the funniest guy around. Everybody thinks you're funny. But you had to go through the unfunny phase to get to the funny phase. But you knew, because you had to have a basic talent that you were building on, of course. You're not just starting from nowhere. You know what you're working with. You see the value of yourself. So that's important, guys, that things will take time. Sometimes meeting that woman that you're going to marry will take time, bro. I can attest to that. I've been through that. I can tell you. It ain't easy. You're going to take your time. Take your time. Understand things take time. What you got to do is keep moving forward with that time. Keep on investing in yourself, and understand success takes time. Sometimes things happen this fast, and sometimes they happen that fast. Okay? You've got to take that into consideration in whatever you're doing. Do not get discouraged sometimes. Things take as long as they take. The 4th business you start may still not succeed. It may only be business number 8 that makes you the $50 million. It may only be girl 7 that does what you need a woman to do and is worthy and is the one that you deserve to have as a wife. And she deserves your greatness as a husband. It may only be book number 4 that you write that actually gains wide circulation, readership, and gets you seen as an incredible artist, author, writer. It may only be conference number 17 where people start showing up. Oh, the other time it was 3-4 people. Suddenly 200 people show up. That is how the universe actually works, guys. It's not instant. It's not magical. Sometimes people are lucky. Sometimes you're in the right place at the right time and it just pops off. But usually, before you bear the fruits of your labor, you've got to germinate. You got to get out the soil. You got to grow. You got to get there, and that always takes time. It's like wine. It takes a little bit of time to make, and you got to accept that. You got to expect that. Don't freak out if something takes a little bit longer than you expected it to. That's how long it takes to get it. That's the process. So stop letting people on Instagram make you panic or lose your mind or be like, oh my God, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to die in a 1-bedroom apartment. Or I'm going to die driving a broken down Toyota that's always got issues. That ain't your future. Stick to your game plan, stick to your dreams, and when time is right, things going to pop off. So don't let nobody freak you out right now. Stay on your points. Stay on your game plan. Stay on the road. Don't get derailed. Don't start doing things that you're not supposed to do because you're afraid that things ain't going to happen. Let time work for you. Let time work for you. All right? Until next time, be patient on your success. Keep putting in the practice. Get the 10,000 hours that you need to get. And I will see you in the next one. But in between now and the next one, of course, you got to know, put them 10,000 hours in, do more, be more, and become more on your purpose. That's how you win.